Chapter 2: The First Thought. After the meeting, life continued exactly as it always had. The days moved forward without pause, wrapped in routines that felt familiar and safe. Nothing around Ariba had changed, and yet, somewhere deep inside her, something quietly had. She did not think about the meeting deliberately. It simply appeared in her thoughts, unexpected and gentle, like a breeze that passes without asking permission. There had been nothing dramatic about it. No intense exchange, no lingering glances, no promises spoken. And still, the calm of that moment stayed with her. What stood out to Ariba was his maturity. Xavier had spoken less than most people did, but every word he chose carried weight. There was no rush in his tone, no attempt to impress. He listened carefully, as if he believed that every sentence deserved attention. That quiet seriousness was unfamiliar to her. She had met people who talked endlessly, people who tried too hard to appear confident. Xavier was different. His silence felt intentional, not empty. She remembered how composed he seemed, how grounded. It felt as if life had already taught him lessons, and he had accepted them without bitterness. That thought surprised her. She wasn't used to noticing such things, yet his maturity had left an impression she could not easily dismiss. At times, Ariba smiled at herself, wondering why she was thinking this much about a simple encounter. It's just a thought, she told herself. Nothing more. But first thoughts are rarely insignificant. They arrive softly, yet they stay. Across the city, Xavier was experiencing a similar quiet reflection. He considered himself someone who no longer lingered on moments. Life had trained him to move on quickly, to not attach meaning where it wasn't necessary. But Ariba's presence had slipped into his mind without effort. What he noticed first was her innocence. There was honesty in the way she spoke, a natural simplicity that did not feel forced. She did not seem like someone trying to protect herself with clever words or hidden intentions. Her expressions were open, her reactions genuine. When she smiled, it felt unguarded, as if the world had not yet taught her to hide parts of herself. Xavier remembered her eyes, clear and calm, holding a quiet curiosity. It struck him that she still saw the world with softness, without suspicion. In a time where people learn too early to be cautious, Ariba carried a gentleness that felt rare. She was innocent, but not unaware. Simple, but not naive. That balance stayed with him. He found himself thinking that perhaps the world had not yet been too heavy on her shoulders. Perhaps her dreams were still intact, untouched by disappointment. The thought brought an unexpected warmth to his chest, a feeling he hadn't allowed himself to acknowledge in a long time. Neither of them acted on these thoughts. Ariba did not wish to meet him again, nor did she imagine a future tied to his presence. Xavier did not seek her out or hope for another encounter. Both returned to their own lives, convincing themselves that it was merely an ordinary meeting. Yet, thoughts do not always need intention to survive. Sometimes, they grow quietly, shaped by curiosity rather than desire. Sometimes, they exist simply to remind us that something has been noticed. This was not love. It was not attachment. It was not even longing. It was only the first thought. One noticed maturity and found comfort in it. The other noticed innocence and felt drawn to its purity. And perhaps, without realizing it, both had taken the first step into a story that had yet to reveal itself. And in the silence that swallowed the room, truth lingered like smoke, twisting and elusive. Every step forward felt like a shadow chasing the next, and the night whispered secrets we weren't ready to hear. Tomorrow waits, sharp as a knife, but tonight, we hold our breath.